Hi, my name is Jael Richardson, and I am the founder and executive director of Fold. And I'm so excited to be here to talk to you about Fold Kids Book Fest, which is a really important sort of expansion program of the Festival of Literary Diversity, our flagship event, which centers underrepresented authors and storytellers. Fold Kids Book Fest gives us the opportunity to really center and hone in on teachers, educators, and students. When we started Fold, our mission was engaging readers, inspiring writers, and empowering educators. And Fold Kids Book Fest is the place we do this best, in my opinion. We are celebrating our 7th anniversary and of Fold Kids Book Fest, and I wanted to put this video together for you to kind of show you the different places on the platform to understand and to register, just the beginning stages of getting situated at Fold Kids Book Fest. So here we go. When you go to foldkidsbookfest.org, that's the first step. That's the place that's going to provide you really helpful and useful information. And so I'm going to take you there. That's where we'll start. Foldkidsbookfest.org. When you head to foldkidsbookfest.org, it's going to take you to this page. It shows you the different options for registering, some of the different things that we offer. You want to really pay attention. This is designed for those of you who are getting virtual passes, so that orange button there is really important. I will show you that in a moment. In addition to that, we have information about Fold Kids Book Fest. If you're at the very beginning stages and you have questions, you don't know what this is or how it works, if you're sort of trying to get yourself oriented, this section gives you a really short, brief, Coles notes on how to navigate that. You can also use this link to go to our website that provides a bit of a larger understanding of what we do as a festival, and the larger things we do as part of our kids programming. The other thing that's really important here is our festival schedule. So you'll see in this yellow, what we're showing here is our full schedule. It shows all of the events that we offer. If you want to segregate out our in-person, you're in Brampton and you want to check out all the things that we're doing in the city of Brampton physically in person, you can check out those there. Again, I'm going to focus on virtual, so this shows the full schedule, and then you can break it out by category. Maybe you teach or work specifically with primary students, and so you just want to look at what am I able to show my students and when are those events happening. Some of our events will go are pre-recorded. They're bonus content. They'll be available as early as October 30th. Most of our events will show live for the first time November 4th through the 6th. And so you'll be able to watch them live, and then after that, they'll be available on demand. Again, this is for every age category. You're going to see those time frames where those events will first become available, and then the time frames where you can watch our live events. The last section I want to show you in particular is our educator session. This is for librarians, teachers, teacher librarians, admin, staff, anyone, adult, parents, to be able to find content that's specifically about things that are really meaningful to you in your role. This year in particular, our focus is on activism. It's on navigating challenging times. And so you'll see sessions that are really from authors, from people who are educators or who have information really designed for educators, talking about how to navigate these hard questions, navigate these important issues with your students. So for example, we have Building Brave Libraries. We're actually bring together some people who are talking about, what it means to build a really inclusive and thoughtful bookshelf, what it means to share those books with your classes. So really have a look at the schedule either as a full schedule, or you can sort of break it out in those different sections. That's a really important place to look. I'll also show you that underneath the schedule is our FAQs section. So you can go down here and get some more specific questions to things you might be thinking about, things you might not know how to answer. And so that's another really important resource. Before I wrap up, I just want to show you what our registration process looks like. So once you've seen all that and you're like, of course, I want to register, I want to go, you're going to click register. It's going to take you to 2 pass options. We have 2 types of passes, and very simply, one gives you access to the live events and the platform for a month. The other one gives you access to the live events and the platform for the entire school year till June 30th. If you have a board-wide pass and you've been given a board-wide pass code, you automatically have access to this full year one. But if you're registering on your own, you get to decide how long you want that content to be available. I'll just mention the school boards here all have board wide passes. Also, Waterloo Region, at the time I was recording this video, also has access to a board wide pass. So, uh, if I'm going to use the example of a board wide plus pass because, or pass plus, because of course you want access to the whole year, you can show it to students who might be progressing in their learning. So, as they get further along in the year, you might be able to show them different content at the end of the year than you show them at the beginning. If you're a high school teacher, the advantage of the virtual pass plus is that you can show it in your first semester and in your second semester. So I'll use that as my example. If you have a discount code, you'll put it in here. If you don't, you'll just click select, register now, and then it's going to show you your total. You're going to put in your name, your information. The one thing I want to show you on this page, will you be showing events to a class or group of students? You may not know the answer to this. I just recommend, as an educator, clicking yes. It's going to allow you to share a little bit about your role. It's allow you to enter your school name and information. And it also gives you the option to select a student access login or to create a separate login that you can give someone else. That's the simplest way to explain our student access login. If you are showing the events in class, you're going to project them on the screen. Great. Your students don't need one. But if you have a student who's like, that illustration session, I really loved it. I'd love to go home and watch it again. You can give them the student access login at that moment, and they'll be able to log in on their own without having access to any of your information or having access to what you're doing or putting in your cart or doing in the platform. So I highly recommend that as an educator, just indicate that you're an educator, indicate approximately how many students you'll be showing it to. That's really helpful for us. And then also just create a login code that will help you with that. And then you press submit. If you're making a payment, that's what's going to happen on that next page. If you don't need to make a payment, um, you're going to get your confirmation email. You'll get a confirmation email for you personally. And then if you selected a student access login, you'll get a confirmation for that as well. I always say, as soon as you're done all this, go to the login page, enter your email. You'll be asked to set up a password the first time. Mine is already set up. And that'll take you inside the platform. I'll very briefly, in wrapping up this video, show you this is what you're going to see until October 30th. There's a little wall that says it's not ready yet. And starting October 30th, you'll be able to see the full platform. It'll bring you right into our virtual clubhouse lobby. The one thing I will show you is something that you can see now is the schedule, which will show you all the different events that we offer. A really important feature of the festival that is, like, I think my favorite thing and the most important thing is that for each of these events, we have an educator guide that includes pre and post event activities, questions, uh, activities that you can do with your students before and after the events to kind of expand what they're learning, what they're doing. Again, that's the great thing about being on demand. You can do them in various orders, but it's a really helpful resource. It also gives you a list of all the authors and a bit about their bio so that students can kind of look them up and learn more about them, again, before or after the events. So this is just a really helpful tool that I like to share with teachers. You'll be able to find the educator guide in so many different places on the platform. There'll also be a bit of a tutorial once the platform becomes available that will help you navigate all the steps that come after this. This is really just to help you get situated, help you get registered. I hope it was useful. If you have additional questions, you can go again to foldkidsbookfest.org. If there's something that you really are just like, I don't know what to do, feel free to send us an email at info@thefoldcanada.org. We'd be happy to help. We look forward to seeing you at the festival.